I call this home, this is my country. This place needs something, and something has to happen to turn this place around. I see Bitcoin as one way to effect that change.
My favorite quote of all time from Andreas Antonopoulos, which is Bitcoin isn't about banking the unbanked. It's about unbanking us all.
Are you here to become rich, or are you here to become free? Bitcoin represented an opportunity for us to start building ourselves, not to wait for the state to solve our problems, but for us to take our own destinies in our own hands.
It's about time that we show the world what we want Africa to look like, and not wait for the world to show us what Africa needs to look like.
I strongly believe that Africa is where Bitcoin has come to scale.
Time has betrayed your elders. What was once seen as pure is now seen as flawed, but I am here now, and all will be revealed. All will be revealed.
Please welcome your hosts for today, Ricky Allardyce and Oken Chongorero.
Gentlemen, welcome to Adopting Bitcoin Cape Town 2025.
Whoa! I hope you're all ready for a very interactive day. We've got 48 hours of Bitcoin speakers galore. We've got workshops. We've got everything that you need to understand why Bitcoin and also why Bitcoin only.
And guys, before we get into all of that, can we just appreciate the mother city that is Cape Town, the most beautiful city ever?
Before Ricky goes on, I just want to say thank you all for being on time and being early. Give yourselves a round of applause for making it here before everybody else and getting your seating.
And guys, you can tell Oken is from Namibia. He rocks up here in shorts. Fair enough, man doesn't loan long pants.
I mean, what do you want us to do, dude? It's like hot where I'm from at all times. You guys at least get rain every now and then.
This is true. This is true. Right, guys. So before we jump into it, there's a couple of house rules. First off, please, no smoking in the building. Fred has told us explicitly, no smoking. The Scallum vapors, no vaping, no sneaky vapes outside, please.
As well, for those of you that are coming up as speakers, please remember that there is a clicker up here for you. Please leave the clicker in place. Do not take the clicker with you. We do not want to search everybody in the crowd at all times to find the clicker.
All right, guys. Then a couple of things. So on the back of your card over here, you'll see a few QR codes. So there's 3 of them. The first one is for the schedule. The second one is for the conference program. So that's general things, side events that are happening, etc., etc. And then the last one at the bottom, most important one, is the online menu for the cafe. If you want to go and stand in a queue like a mug, then please don't use this. But if you don't want to stand in a queue, you scan this and you can pay with Bitcoin for all of your food and drinks. They will then deliver the food to the collection points at the bottom, and you can go and grab your food. Just make sure you put your name in the form so you know to collect your food.
As well, just for everybody to understand, right next to the registration desk, you'll get your free coffee and your free tea. Those ones are for everybody. As you walk further left down, you will see that is where the bathrooms are. This is just past the Machankura desk and past the Air BTC desk. You'll see on that side is where you will find your bathrooms.
All right. And guys, on the Air BTC coffee stand, if you want some fancy coffees, there's a barista down there. Bitcoin only. You can go and pay for your cortados, your cappuccinos, all the rest. We even have milk alternatives. I was strong-armed into putting that on there. But yeah, you can go and pay in Bitcoin. And then there's also a Bolt card POS system. So for all the speakers, you're getting Bolt cards after your talk, loaded up with some sats. You can just go and tap your card for your coffees. Bear in mind, there's probably enough for 1.5 coffees on there. So just tip the other half to the barista, please.
Yes. Don't leave any sats on your cards. After this conference, This means within the next week or two, most of those will be reclaimed and then donated to one of the circular economies. So if you do leave your sats on the card, those will be donated back into one of the circular economies of South Africa.
All right, Oken, is that it? Have we said everything we
I
need
think
to?
we've done everything. Do we say our own names?
Oh, we have. My name is Ricky Allardyce.
My name is Kgothatso Ngako. Very nice to meet you all.
And we are filling the big shoes of Joe Nakamoto, who was here last year.
Yeah, he couldn't get a visa this time, so
England's not what it used to be, guys. So, you'll be stuck with the two of us for the rest of the weekend. And with that, we would like to invite the three main men up to the stage, KG, Kemal, and Hermann, for some opening remarks.
Please give them a round of applause.
Who's first?
You on stage.
Good morning. Good morning. How's it? Welcome. It's fantastic to see so many faces here. I think we have almost double the number this year compared to last year, so that's really cool to see. So just quickly, I was not planning on saying anything about this, but for practical reasons, if you do want to follow what's happening with the conference, you can no longer follow on X or Twitter because for unknown reasons our account has been suspended. I don't know why. We still don't know why. But in any case, can you click to the next one? If you do want to follow along, we do have an alternative account on an alternative network. I'm not going to try and explain what this is, but what it is a decentralized communications protocol. It's called Noster. If you want to follow along, that's where we will be posting mainly. We'll also be posting updates on the Bitcoin Ekasi Twitter profile, but the conference Twitter profile or X profile is not available. And what it does is it illustrates the importance of decentralization, because at the end of the day, the problem with the suspension really is the centralized control of power. That's what it comes down to. And so it's not only in finance and money where we need decentralized alternatives, it is in communications as well. If you are curious to know more, can you click to the next one? The former... Sure, thanks.
Don't steal it.
No. The former co-founder and CEO of Twitter himself, Jack Dorsey, has one thing and one thing only in his X or Twitter bio, and that is an NPub for this new communication protocol called Noster. It is decentralized, and that makes it completely uncensorable. And so what happened to our profile on Twitter is impossible to happen on Noster. I'm not going to try and explain to you what Noster is in 5 minutes. Explaining Bitcoin alone is quite difficult. Explaining Noster on top of that today, that's impossible. But if you are curious to know more, you can go to primal.net and you could learn more about Noster, the future of the internet, decentralized communications. And then this is actually what I wanted to say. I would have started with this if X or Twitter did not kick us off their platform. So this is my actual opening remark, and it's very short and sweet, but all it is really is I want to try and summarize what adopting Bitcoin means to me. So this is my personal perspective. I don't want to elevate any one particular talk above any other particular talk at this conference. There's lots of interesting talks. There's lots of interesting people here. You should meet and talk to as many people as you can. But for me personally, the essence of adopting Bitcoin is summarized by this keynote presentation, which is our community lead, Lutando. I don't know if he's in the room at the moment. He might be roaming downstairs somewhere. His talk is later today, I believe. I think, if I remember the schedule. I looked at it 100 million times, but I don't remember exactly when his talk is. To me, this is the essence of adopting Bitcoin. Lutando has been onboarding shops in the township to accept Bitcoin as payment for the last 3 years. He onboarded the vast majority of those shops during the bear market, which, it looks quite short on this little graph, but it was a long and difficult bear market. And Lutando onboarded those shops. He himself has lived on a Bitcoin standard in that township for the last 3 years. And this is what adopting Bitcoin is all about. If you want grassroots adoption, if you want ground level adoption, you got to start from the ground, and this is where we are starting. We are starting from ground level. And this to me captures the essence and the spirit of adopting Bitcoin. and the reason why I'm here. And with that, that's my opening remarks. I don't know who wants to go next. Thank you and enjoy the conference.
Cool. So yeah, wonderful work, Herman. First, I'd like to say welcome again, right? Second year in a row. So it feels good. Shout outs to everyone who contributed work towards this. I think it's always nice working with a great team of people to do great things effectively. And also shout out to Masai, who's the set designer. So he's the reason why we have a homely feel on stage today. I think if ever the seats run out, people can just feel free and just be in the kitchen or in the living room, right? So adopting Bitcoin. Effectively, I think this set kind of encapsulates what we're trying to do quite well. You should feel at home while you're using Bitcoin. Bring Bitcoin into the home. And so I don't want to say too much because we have, how many days? 2 days of programming, 3 days of road trips. Countless hours of just networking, talking to people. So anyone you meet here has most likely bought their ticket with Bitcoin. 50% of those have most likely used Lightning instead of on-chain. So I think anyone in this room you will meet has something interesting to talk about, not just the people on stage. The people on stage are pretty much highlights of the people who are here. So feel free to greet anyone and say, yo, what you want to do? And cool. I'll leave it at that.
Yes, also welcome from me. My name is Kemal, co-organizing Adopting Bitcoin since 2021. This is the 7th Adopting Bitcoin conference since 2021, the second one in South Africa. And it's my second time visiting South Africa, and I spent now 22 days traveling around Western Cape mostly, also a little bit of Eastern Cape. And generally in last year I have traveled to many places, to Bitcoin conferences, visiting different Bitcoin communities, projects. And I must say there's something special about South Africa and what is going on here. Not only is this blessed with a beautiful nature and very picturesque place, there is also a big discrepancy in terms of how people are off financially. Pretty big discrepancy as well. And I think it is great to see that from all the people that I've talked to, everybody is quite open to learn about Bitcoin, and I've heard there's also been some, history of scams in South Africa that used Bitcoin and smeared Bitcoin's name and created wrong perceptions and misconceptions in people's minds. And despite all of that, people are still eager to learn, whether it's black, colored, or white people, immigrants from all over Africa, of which there are many here, coming to work in Africa's highest GDP country and to send money home as remittances to their families all over Africa. So it's a really interesting place. And with Adopting Bitcoin, we always try to go to places where Bitcoin is being used as money to amplify the efforts of the community working on the ground. So this started in El Salvador, obviously, in Bitcoin Beach, where Bitcoin was used as money from the ground up by Bitcoiners. They didn't ask for permission. They just started to use Bitcoin and organize their community, educate their peers, not top down, but bottom up. And this is, I think, the way, and it's very important in times like these, where the most powerful man in the world is, starting a crime cycle in a way by creating his own coin and promoting it. I'm talking about the President of the United States, right? Just a couple of days ago, he came out with his own coin, and he's What he's trying to do is he is trying to arbitrage the information asymmetry in the market. What I mean by that is Bitcoin is still a new technology and few people know about it. So where do you learn about it, right? And in the meantime, there are opportunists like this president who are trying to make a quick buck at the expense of people who don't know yet. They haven't learned yet. So where do you learn? It's in places like this, right? This is a bottom-up Bitcoin conference. Bitcoin only. There is no profit by the organizers made. It's just for the benefit of our peers. And they're from all over the place, many ethnicities, many religions, doesn't matter. Bitcoin is what brings us together because we believe that by fixing the money, we can fix the world or make it at least significantly better. And with that, I'll stop here and say welcome again. And I hope you have a good time and connect with as many people as possible. It's a great opportunity to meet great Bitcoiners. And yeah, see you around.
Thank you, Kemal, KJ, and Hermann. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. So thank you very much.